Hey everybody, Ben here from DMC Films and Cinderblock Studios, and I'm back with another quick tip for all you acrylic painters out there. So this is another one of those videos that I'm surprised I haven't talked about this yet before, and it's the temperature of the water that you use to paint with. Well, not painting with the water, but cleaning your brushes in particular. For example, a just lukewarm or cold water actually doesn't clean your brushes out as well as a more warm water that you get out of your faucet. So if you've never thought of this before or don't really believe me, let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have with me here today two brushes that are absolutely identical. They're older, they're a little cheaper, so it'll give you a good understanding of how this works with lower end materials, at least in terms of your brushes. So I've got warm water here on this one side here to my left, and on my right I have some, not cold, but it's been sitting overnight, so it's not warm either. I've got some paint left over from a project I just finished, so I'm going to basically just load these brushes up with paint, at least to some degree. I mean, get them really caked on there. Got paint way up here on the ferrule. I mean, that's, make sure, like, if you were using it for a while. And we're basically going to be doing a simple test between these two to see which one really cleans the brush well enough. Now, one thing you do see me do in my videos a lot is like really scrubbing hard and swishing with the bristles and the brush in my bucket of water. That I just do to make sure that it's cleaned. I don't necessarily have to do it every time. I'm not always using warm water, but I try to. Just depends on what I'm doing for that day. But I'm not going to do that today because I feel like that's not a good comparison between the warm and the cold water. So for this, going to go right into the cold for this. I'm just kind of pushing really lightly here, mixing and trying to get that water off the brush and get the paint off of the brush entirely. Now, if I'm just doing that, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of paint on this brush here. You'd really have to swish this pretty hard to get that clean, and even then I still have a little bit of paint up here towards the ferrule. And then a lot of times you're just leaving it in the water, and it kind of ruins your brush over time. So with the warm water, I'm just going to do this back and forth a little bit. I'm not even going to push down with the bristles here. And already you can just kind of see the paint. I mean, it's still on there, but it is just melting off of this brush. So if I push a little bit, I'm just going to do that a couple of times. That's already that much cleaner. Again, still have a little bit caked up in the ferrule, but those bristles were from where we had before. Those were still caked on the old one. This one, it's already pretty clean. So I'm not even gonna do this real hard. I'm just gonna do it a little bit more. I don't have to scrub with it for this one. And now I'm as clean as I was before when I really scrub that off. And you can actually just see the difference in the water. This is a lot lighter of a color. You don't see as much of the paint pigment. This is just, it's totally colored. It's a totally different shade of that color just because it's not there anymore. I didn't need to push that hard to get all of that color off. So if when you do end up swishing it a little harder, that stuff's gone. Everything from the paint on the ferrule to the paint on the brush, that water did that much of a difference. So that's my little quick tip for you guys today. If you're going to be painting in acrylics, clean your brushes in warm water. It does amazing things and really just melts the paint right out of your bristles without you having to work quite as hard as you would with cold water. So if you thought this quick tip was useful, enjoyed it in any way, go ahead and hit the like button, get subscribed if you're not already, and this has been from DMC Films and Cinderblock Studios. See you guys next time.